Graduates and family members, friends, community members. Graduation is an incredibly special time. It never gets old for us faculty and administrators who have done it for years and years. There are very few times that one can say, I find more special, more meaningful, that inspires us because we see the fruits of all of our labors, the fruits of your labors. It never really gets old. Graduation is a time of completing. It's also a time of beginning, new opportunities, new possibilities, endless and amazing possibilities. As all of you know, I started 2 years ago here at this great institution called the Thunderbird School of Global Management. It's so much more than an institution, as I often say, and you hear me say. It's a global family. And it truly has been an incredible part of my life. I'm so proud and honored to have been your Dean and Director General, to have seen our undergraduates and our graduates, both in person and online, and in this new world of digitally enhanced, change, grow, challenge yourselves, find each other, make friends, learn new things, push us to be better. We've done so much in the last 2 years, and our undergraduate students, our graduate students, have been an incredible part of this. We have reclaimed the very best of Thunderbird history. We have rebuilt the foundations which made us the #1 school of global management, and we're back there again. Don't you forget it, and we'll be there for years to come. And we have reinvented ourselves for the 21st century, for this age that we live in. You all have been incredibly adaptive, resilient, creative, committed, and we honor you. And I personally thank you. You've been willing to try new things, to move from an old campus to a new campus, to enjoy the fruits of new curriculum opportunities, new courses, new faculty, new programs. And we've done this all together. For me, certainly after this first 2 years of being at Thunderbird, each and every one of the graduates that are here today has a special place in my heart. Because without you, I and we could not be as successful as we have been. And we're just getting started. Of course, this graduation is particularly bittersweet. We have come to a place in global history, in humanity, which is unprecedented. It is a virtual graduation, and it is bittersweet, I know, for you and your families, and certainly for us as administrators, as faculty, as staff, because it is this time that we love getting together to give you a high five or a hug or a major smile, because we're so proud of all you've accomplished. I want to say to you, while this graduation was not like the end of your time with us in your classes, what we expected or you expected, we are making plans and we offer you the opportunity to come back with your families at any future graduation where we can celebrate you once again. And secondly, and perhaps even more excitingly, to welcome you back when we open our brand new global headquarters in downtown Phoenix in October 2021, so we can hold a special ceremony for all you, our undergraduates and graduates who are engaging in this time of COVID-19. There is so much to look forward despite the challenges that we face. These are unprecedented times. And I'll be honest, over the last few weeks and months, as we had to engage in this new terrain, it's probably the hardest I've ever worked in my life, and I think you know work pretty hard, as do our faculty and our staff and our administration, all of you. We're doing 3 things at the same time. We're doing triage and crisis management. We're still planning and budgeting and trying to create and advance Thunderbird and ASU in the best in every way possible. And we're trying to embrace this new world we're living in with so many unknowns. I am, again, incredibly grateful for the resilience, the creativeness, the adaptability, the commitment of each and every one of you, our incredible faculty and staff, our alumni around the world, our partners across ASU. We have come through this, I think, incredibly well. Sure, we could have done things differently or could have maybe done things better. But when it comes to our three principles that I shared very early on when we entered this crisis, I believe, and I'm proud of what we've all done together. First, to make sure that everyone is safe and healthy, physically, emotionally, psychologically. Number two, to offer you and provide you as rich an educational experience that is humanly possible, that is technologically possible, with everything that we can offer, with all of our insights and knowledge, our new technologies and platforms, every way that we can. And third, for Thunderbird, each and every one of you, our entire community, our alums around the world, to raise to the challenge and the opportunities of this unexpected pandemic, to be the global leaders and managers that the world needs at this time is what we're asked to do, and I'm asking each and every one of you to do as you continue on your journey beyond our classrooms. As I said, sometimes I do, as you know, I'm quite an optimistic person, feel a bit down, a bit beleaguered at this time. But then I recall the 74 years of Thunderbird history. Those original founders who came back from World War II, those Thunderbird pilots that created this incredible institution that became the Thunderbird School of Global Management out there in Glendale, Arizona. They could have shied away from the challenges. They could have said they had done enough. But no, they came back and they believed that there was a better way, that sustainable peace and prosperity could be created by bringing the world together. Our famous phrase, borders frequented by trade seldom need soldiers, which over time got condensed to borderless, the hallmark, the centerpiece, the heart and soul of what it means to be a T-bird, the Thunderbird mystique. Nothing has brought that greater and more to home than the COVID-19 pandemic. No matter how much around the world there is a rise of division and discord, individuals and groups trying to separate us or divide us, the pandemic shows that we are connected. We are one great global human family. And throughout our 74 years, Thunderbird has been there with that great global human family. From our founding after World War II, through the great new nations and countries that were emerged out of decolonization and nation building in the 50s, 60s, and 70s, the start and the end of the Cold War, the new international economic order of the 1970s, 9/11, the global financial and economic crisis, and now COVID-19. Through it all, through ups and downs, Thunderbird, our global community, has weathered the storms, has provided leadership, has provided inspiration, and done it in an ethical and moral way, as our oath of honor reflects. So when you get down, when you think about what was lost, and certainly we are all mourning, every one of us, whether a family member or someone close to us has gotten sick or not. There are so many losses in this time, and yet we have to embrace this time. We have to be T-birds in every way that we can, all of you. The world is borderless, and the great challenges that shaped who we are over the last 74 years and that we reimagined in our new Thunderbird 4.0 at ASU. You've heard me say it many times before. A new globalism for the 21st century, bringing the world together. Well, with COVID, it's only more important and more necessary. What we do as a school, as an institution, as T-bird individuals, and as a global family is needed more than ever. The planet and climate change. I recall sharing with many of you that I had come back from Australia, witnessing the fires firsthand. It seems like a decade ago right now. And yet we know, despite COVID, and in a sense, we've learned even more during this time as we've had to telework and telecommute and telelearn and stay at home and social distance, that the environment, this precious planet that we live on, is still suffering. And we must make sure that she's healthy and safe and survives for many, many years and decades and centuries to come for our children, our grandchildren, and progeny beyond. And third, this fourth industrial revolution. I'm sure our graduates and undergraduates have gotten sick and tired of me using that language and that term again and again and again. But if there's one thing that I believe more than ever, and the pandemic has shown more than ever, is that we are in this fourth industrial revolution. The digital transformation is underway and accelerating. Industries, sectors, governments are being pushed and pulled in unprecedented ways. And those that are able to embrace these new technologies with the global mindsets that have been the hallmark of Thunderbird, but also the digital global mindsets that we've tried and skill sets that we've tried to empower you with, are going to be the most successful. They will be the vanguards, the leaders, the managers that will take us into a world of prosperity and peace. Our great vision, a world of sustainable and equitable prosperity. So you all are new brands of global leaders. And even your experience over the last 2 to 3 months, for those of our immersive students going digitally, face-to-face, in many different ways and learning together with all these new technologies remotely, but also our online students where you had to live and work in a different way, where we were all finding our way in this place and world that's called COVID-19. So let me say to each and every one of you, we are grateful and honored that you joined us, that you took this global adventure, that you embraced both the ups and downs, the triumphs and tribulations of the last 2 years or 4 years for our undergraduates, or longer for some of you online. What I hope, what has come out from that, is a belief and a confidence that you can do anything. You can achieve anything. And you can do that not only by yourself, but because you're part of something greater than yourself. That is what Thunderbird represents. We are about making the world a better place, bringing it together in every way possible. In the great words of Archbishop Desmond Tutu, Ubuntu, we are only human to the extent that we are connected to other humans. And that may be virtual for a long time, but stay connected. Stay connected to us as the school, stay connected to each other in your classes, stay connected to the Thunderbird Global family. We will help you through difficult times, and we will celebrate you through all your successes that are coming your way. Let me end by saying that I want you to be proud and confident of yourselves, of this school, this institution, everything that we stand for. Go out and be Thunderbirds. Embrace every uncomfortable situation comfortably. Do more than listen, engage. Do more than engage, transform. You have all the tools, all the capacities, everything that is needed to be not only personally and professionally successful, but to be true leaders, global leaders and managers of the 21st century. We are proud of you. We are grateful to your families and your friends for letting us have a little bit more of your time over the past 1, 2, or 4 years. Remember also, let me end with, that as T-Birds, we believe in joy. So despite these difficult times and what we may be entering for the next 6 months or a year or several years, do it with joy. Be compassionate. Be kind to one another. That's what's so special for me about being part of this family. That I know that we are hard-headed business people, We can take on the hardest policy challenges. We can mobilize citizens around the world. We can do anything, but we do that with a deep compassion, a deep authenticity. And that's what makes us special, and each of you special. So go forth to embrace this new world. Know that we are here for you for years and years to come. Congratulations. It's now my great honor and pleasure to introduce our guest alumni speaker, the Honorable Minister Soraya Hakuziyaremye. Minister Hakuziyaremye is the Minister of Trade and Industry for the Republic of Rwanda. Before her appointment as Minister of Trade and Industry, Soraya was Senior Vice President in Financial Institutions, Financial Markets Risk at ING Bank in London. She also worked in various senior positions at BNP Paribas Group in Paris, Fortis Bank and the Bank of New York Mellon in Brussels. Soraya has also served as a senior advisor to Rwanda's Minister of Foreign Affairs from 2012 to 2014. She was a board member of Ingali Holdings as well as the Brussels Africa Club. She brings a rich experience in global banking and advisory, as well as international exposure to help local businesses become more competitive, in addition to her incredible government leadership in the Ministry of Trade in Rwanda. She holds a postgraduate degree in international management from the Thunderbird School of Global Management and truly has distinguished herself as one of our greatest alums. She also holds a master's in business engineering from the Solvay Business School at the Université Libre de Bruxelles in Belgium. Over the past year and a half to 2 years as Dean and Director General, I've had the great pleasure of spending time with Soraya. Not only is she an amazing leader, transformative manager, she is a great friend and an incredible human being. We're so honored and privileged to have her share some thoughts of wisdom and the lessons she's learned over an incredible career that still goes on for many, many, many more years. Welcome, Soraya.
Dr. Sanjeev Khagram, Dean and Director General, Associate Dean of Faculty and Administration, Dr. Mary T. Harden, Associate Dean of Academic Programs, Dr. Lena Booth, Associate Dean of Undergraduate Programs, Dr. Roy Nelson, Associate Dean of Faculty Research, Dr. Se-Gyun Oh, Associate Dean of Innovation, Dr. Tom Hansaker. Friends, faculty, and most importantly, you pioneers, Thunderbird graduates of the class of 2020. It is an unprecedented time to be graduating today. This is the reason I refer to you graduates as pioneers. I will only recall a few words of the welcoming speech from Professor Javidan when I started at Thunderbird 15 years ago. You are a misfit. I was preparing for this keynote speech. Misfit and pioneer are the two words that came to mind. Come to think of it, thanks to technology, you are graduating, assisted by avatar robots. Keynotes are being broadcasted from across continents, and the year 2020 is like no other in modern history. Thank you to all of you for welcoming me back home, my US home, this very day. It is indeed an honor to be celebrating you today and having the privilege to share thoughts on the journey that awaits you. But truth be told, the world we live in today, the world you are going to shape post COVID-19, is as unknown as anything we've ever seen, yet it is a world full of promises, full of opportunities, a world that you graduates of the class 2020 are called to transform. I will share with you the reasons behind my fundamental belief that you are pioneers. The very fact that you are graduating amid a global pandemic may look like some of your dreams are shattered. They are not. This is a time for you to dream bigger and dream better. Pioneers. Let me share a few words about my own story. My grandparents, both paternal and maternal, never learned how to read. In the 60s, my mother was the first person in her family to ever go to school. She later was the first ever person to take a plane and to ever live abroad. So was my father. My grandmother's pride when I told her that I had graduated from Thunderbird, a business school in the US, in Arizona of all places, was certainly a reflection of the road traveled in two generations. I am sure many of you today can share similar stories of an impossible dream. I am equally sure that all of you will share extraordinary stories in years to come, starting with the story I graduated in 2020. Yes, you did. As a Rwandan born in Belgium, I always had to face the complexity of navigating a world that was not supposed to be kind to me. As a woman, that challenge was in addition to other obstacles that women and girls of African descent in Europe face when it comes to access to higher education or access to the corporate world. I wanted to be an international banker. No one I knew had ever been one. When I started college in Belgium, I was told that perhaps I shouldn't pursue a 5 year program because people from Africa were not considered for graduate jobs in Europe. Had I listened to naysayers, I probably would have dropped out in a month. If I had looked at the statistics at the time, I would have given up in a second. Even today, young people in Europe are more likely to be unemployed, women even more. Migrants from Africa at the bottom of the pyramid. My take on the long journey of embracing being a pioneer and charting a course in unknown territory was empowering both personally and professionally. I did go to college. I did graduate. I did go to grad school. I did go to Thunderbird. I did become an international banker, and today I'm serving my country, the country of my grandparents. So please, graduates, do not believe statistics on careers, especially not today. You are pioneers. What will keep you moving? I think connection to your passion will be key. It is a conscious effort that you will have to make over and over again. Connect back to your passion. For me, everything I did, working across the globe, one connection that kept me going was serving my home country, Rwanda. I enrolled in various projects, teaching at a university in the rural area in 2009, leaving banking in Paris for an advisory role in the Foreign Affairs Ministry of Rwanda in 2012, committing time to social initiatives through young professionals networks and associations. Rwanda was my fuel. You are most probably, and with reason, feeling anxious about your careers ahead. Reading headlines today will discourage you more often than not. Fear, anxiety is part and parcel of the journeys of each and every pioneer. But look at it this way: you are part of a generation that has access to so many resources, more than any other in humanity. The knowledge, the skills, the support from the Thunderbird family is unparalleled. One thing that will never change, COVID or no COVID, is that the knowledge they have acquired here and your drive to make it through in spite of all challenges and your uniqueness. It's not going to be an easy walk, but you will prevail. You are unique, you are a pioneer. Stick to your passion, stick to the values that have sustained you this far. 15 years from now, it will all make sense. It makes sense for me today. Therefore, let me end with a word of wisdom, or so I hope. To you, Thunderbird graduate class of 2020. Whatever you do, whatever comes your way, please ensure you reach higher than yourselves, than you thought you would. Whatever aspiring dream you have, stick to it through thick and thin. Lean on others, help others, and let's make this happen. A new world, a better world. I know it's all in your hands. But most importantly, wherever you are, whatever level you will reach, Thunderbird will be there with you and for you. It has been for me. I wish you the very best as you shape your world. Thank you.
Thank you so much, dear Minister Soraya. We greatly appreciate your being part of this virtual convocation ceremony. Once again, you show us what it means to be a true Thunderbird, even in the most difficult times.